Hello everyone, welcome back to Guru TV. I'm your host Jason Sutton from the Dana Rader Golf School, and on today's show I want to get back to the basics, because I think a lot of times as we go through the season we may have a few lessons, the game starts to struggle a little bit, and then the first thing that we want to do is get back to what we would call the fundamentals, or what I call the basics. So the first fundamental is grip. So let's talk about the function of the grip, let's talk about the importance of how we hold the club, and then really talk about some different styles that we can use. So number one, the grip is your only connection to the club face. And as we've discussed in earlier shows, the club face is a very important element of hitting the ball straight and hitting the ball far. So if you want to change your ball flight the quickest, change something that's going to happen with the club face. And the easiest way to do that is to make a grip change. So you can see, if you pan in on that a little bit, that I've made some marks on my glove, because what we find is that most people hold the club too much up into the palm of their hand. And this really helps to open up the club face. It really kills your leverage that you can't get with this palm grip. And for those of you out there that wear holes in your glove up here in the heel pad where I have this X, this show is for you. So we want to make sure that when we put our hands on the club, you can pan in on that a little bit, we want to make sure this club is running across the base of my fingers, and that the heel pad, which is this X, is going to come down right on top of the handle. Okay, so placing the hands on the club, very simply, cross the base of the fingers, wrap the heel pad down on top of the handle. You can see that's where the X is. And then we have the V, or the arrow, going to your right shoulder. Then we simply bring it in with the fingers, put the hot dog in the bun. I'll turn it this way. Put the hot dog in the bun. The right thumb actually sets a little bit to the side, and there we have it. So with a stronger grip, that would mean we would turn the hands more to the right. Okay, that's a stronger grip, or more of a hooking grip. That's going to close the club face. For you slicers, that's a good way to kind of curve the ball more to the left. For you hookers, we're going to weaken the grip, which would go more to the left. Alright, so we've kind of got a neutral, then we got a weaker grip, and then we got a stronger grip. Now, the question always is should I turn my hand more to the right or turn it to the left? And really, the ball flight is really going to help us dictate that. But a good place to start, if you really have a big palm grip, is to go ahead and get your thumb a little bit to the right for you right-handed players, where you can see maybe two knuckles on your left hand, and the V, or this angle here of the index finger and the thumb, is going to point up towards my right shoulder. The right hand is going to come in even more in the fingers. So I see I've got it really down into the finger joints, because this is our speed hand. So we want to make sure that we slide that down, and we're going to cover up this thumb with the lifeline of the right hand. It's kind of like a hot dog bun and a hot dog. So we want to put the hot dog into the bun so that the hands are now matching, and you can see that this V is going to the right shoulder as well. So that's kind of a standard grip. And really the function, as I said, of the grip is, one, to control the club face, so we can get that club face to square up and close, and two, is to create leverage. Okay, if you have the club in the palm, you cannot get this type of hinging action that really creates speed, lag in your golf swing. So very, very important that we have the club in the finger, so it frees up the wrist joint and makes everything go a little faster, and you get better control over this club. A couple of different ways that we can connect the hands. One is an overlap, a little Varden overlap there, so we have just the pinky inside the index finger. Two would be the interlock. Three would be the baseball grip. Okay, and I don't prefer the baseball grip, but I have, with smaller hands and kids, I might leave a baseball grip. For the most part, we're going to use one of the first two. So this is really going to allow us to get the most out of this golf swing, square the face, and hinge the club up. Now, secondly, we're going to talk about posture. All right, now posture is kind of the engine of our golf swing. How we set up to the golf ball is really going to affect our ability to rotate and pivot. So good drill you can do here is just a simple club down your back, right at the tailbone. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to bend forward from the hip joints. What we see a lot here at the golf school is we see players that bend from the rib cage and have a lot of roundness in the spine and then too much knee flex. So what we want to do after we've got our grip on there is just spread the feet apart about shoulder width, let the hips go out behind us, and then simply go to the ground so that our arms are hanging down naturally and you're in good posture. And the last thing is we want to have just a slight bit of spine tilt away from the target, which is going to allow us to get nice and square with our shoulders. So we have our grip, we have our posture. So those are the first two fundamentals that we're really going to focus on here in the next couple of weeks. So thanks for viewing the blog. I appreciate you checking out the show. Please feel free to leave comments. Go to golfgurutv.com and check it out. Go to danaraider.com to check out our website if you want to work with the Guru, and I will see you next time on Guru TV.